Manchester United's situation with the goalkeeping department has taken centre stage as the club actively pursues a deal for Royal Antwerp's Senne Lammens. The Belgian goalkeeper was notably withdrawn from Antwerp's recent league game against KV Mechelen over the weekend, a decision reportedly made to prevent any injury that might jeopardise an impending move to Old Trafford. The transfer talks are progressing with a proposed fee of around £17.3 million. Though the payment structure remains under negotiation. Personal terms are not expected to pose any issues, but the deal has sparked further speculation regarding the future of United's current goalkeepers. Initially, it was believed that Lammens was being brought in merely to strengthen the squad depth, but recent updates suggest that a departure within the goalkeeping ranks should not be ruled out. This is particularly relevant given Andre Onana's surprising omission from the starting lineup in United's last two matches, despite being fully fit and available. Manager Ruben Amorim's decision to repeatedly favour Ala Bayindia has fueled rumours that Onana's time at the club could be coming to an end. Should Lammens arrive and a current goalkeeper leave, he would likely compete directly for the number one spot rather than serving solely as a backup. On the broader transfer front, United's business this summer has already surpassed £200 million in spending, a figure that raises questions about their ability to pursue further signings without generating significant funds through player sales. Despite this financial outlay, pundits like Gary Neville have voiced ongoing concerns about the squad, emphasizing last week the need for a new goalkeeper and, more recently, the necessity of reinforcing midfield options. United's midfield has been criticized for lacking energy and dynamism, prompting links to several potential targets, including Stuttgart's Angelo Stiller. While Stiller is highly regarded as a tempo-setting passer, doubts remain over his suitability for the Premier League and financial feasibility given Stuttgart's reluctance to sell. Meanwhile, United's attacking department is also in flux. Reports from Italy suggest that Napoli is in advanced talks with United over a deal for Rasmus Højlund, who has been left out of the squad for the opening two league fixtures and appears to have no future under Amorim. Napoli's proposal is believed to be a loan with an obligation to buy, contingent on performance metrics such as appearances, goals, and Champions League qualification. Additionally, winger Antony remains a target for Real Betis, though negotiations have stalled due to United's insistence on a permanent sale rather than a simple loan, while Chelsea continues to monitor Alejandro Garnacho, anticipating that United's asking price may drop as the transfer deadline approaches. Perhaps the most surprising development concerns club captain Bruno Fernandes, whose future at United has been thrown into doubt by interest from Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal. The Middle Eastern giants are reportedly preparing a staggering €100 million, £85 million, offer, accompanied by a salary package that could exceed £60 million per year, making Fernandes one of the highest-paid players in world football. While Fernandes has publicly expressed his commitment to playing in Europe, the size of the financial offer and United's uncertain sporting direction have led to intense speculation about a possible exit. Selling Fernandes could provide a massive financial boost, allowing United to reinvest in multiple areas of the squad while remaining compliant with financial fair play regulations. Club legend Paul Scholes has even suggested that United should consider accepting the deal, calling it too lucrative to ignore. However, Amorim remains adamant that Fernandes is integral to his plans and has insisted the midfielder is not for sale. As the final days of the transfer window approach, United face critical decisions that could shape the club's immediate future, with multiple high-profile departures and potentially transformative signings still in play. Manchester United's transfer window continues to develop at a frantic pace as the club works on several fronts to reshape its squad under new manager Ruben Amorim, with the goalkeeping situation emerging as a particularly intriguing storyline. The latest development involves their pursuit of Royal Antwerp's highly rated goalkeeper Senne Lammens, whose potential arrival could trigger a significant shake-up in United's goalkeeping hierarchy. Lammens was conspicuously withdrawn from Antwerp's recent Belgian Pro League fixture against KV Mechelen, a move that raised immediate eyebrows among observers. It has since been revealed that Antwerp made the decision to protect the player from injury to ensure that ongoing negotiations with United would not be compromised. Talks between the two clubs are understood to be progressing at pace, with a deal worth approximately £17.3 million on the table. While discussions continue over the precise payment structure, personal terms with Lammens are not expected to cause any stumbling blocks, leading many to believe that this transfer is now in an advanced stage. Initially, Lammens was viewed by some as a potential squad addition designed to increase competition within the goalkeeping unit. However, in the last 24 hours, sources close to the club have indicated that United may also be preparing for a departure within that department. This revelation has only fueled speculation over the future of Andre Onana, who has surprisingly been benched for United's last two Premier League fixtures despite being fully fit and having travelled with the squad. Amorim's decision to select Ayla Buendia as his starting goalkeeper in consecutive matches has sparked widespread debate, with many interpreting it as a sign that Onana's position at Old Trafford is far from secure. Should Lammens finalise his move and one of the current goalkeepers depart, he would likely be expected to compete for the starting role rather than merely serve as a backup option, signalling a potential new era in United's goalkeeping setup. This pursuit of Lammens is just one piece of a much larger puzzle as Manchester United continue to operate aggressively in the transfer market. The club has already spent over £200 million this summer, strengthening key areas of the squad, particularly the attacking line, yet concerns persist about other parts of the team. Former United captain and pundit Gary Neville has repeatedly voiced his opinion on the club's transfer strategy, initially calling for the acquisition of a new goalkeeper and, more recently, emphasizing the urgent need for reinforcements in midfield. United's current midfield has come under scrutiny for lacking dynamism, energy, and control, key attributes required to compete at the highest level. While the club has been linked with a number of potential midfield targets, including Stuttgart's Angelo Stiller, such deals present complications. Stiller, while talented as a deep-lying playmaker capable of dictating the tempo of matches, is supported at Stuttgart by Tarkan Karazor, who undertakes the bulk of the defensive responsibilities, freeing Stiller to focus on his strengths. Concerns have been raised about whether Stiller could thrive in the Premier League's more physically demanding environment without a similar partner, and Stuttgart have shown no inclination to sanction a sale, particularly after refusing to sell other key players. Earlier in the window, financial constraints further complicate United's midfield search, with the club needing to generate funds through player sales to remain compliant with financial fair play regulations. One of the most prominent names on the potential departure list is striker Rasmus Højlund, who has been excluded from the squad for United's opening league fixtures and appears to have no future under Amorim. Reports from Italy suggest that Napoli are in advanced negotiations with United over a deal for the Danish forward, with manager Antonio Conte keen to add him to his ranks. Napoli's proposal is believed to involve an initial loan with a mandatory purchase clause triggered by specific conditions such as appearances, goals, and Champions League qualification. This approach mirrors previous interest from AC Milan earlier in the summer, though Milan's proposal lacked the permanent element United and Højlund were seeking, paving the way for Napoli to step in. Elsewhere, winger Antony remains the subject of interest from Real Betis, where he enjoyed a successful loan spell last season, scoring 9 goals in 24 starts. While Betis are eager to bring him back, negotiations have stalled due to United's refusal to accept another straight loan, insisting instead on a deal with a guaranteed permanent component. Meanwhile, Chelsea are closely monitoring Alejandro Garnacho, believing that United's valuation of the young winger may decrease as the transfer deadline approaches. United, however, have drawn comparisons to other Premier League sales, citing players like Noni Madueke and Anthony Elanga, who commanded fees of £50 million or more, as justification for their asking price. Despite this, Garnacho's future at Old Trafford appears bleak, with Amorim seemingly unconvinced of his long-term role in the squad. Amidst all this, perhaps the most sensational storyline surrounds club captain Bruno Fernandes. The Portuguese international, widely regarded as United's most consistent performer since his arrival from Sporting CP in 2020, is the subject of an extraordinary €100 million, £85 million, bid reportedly being prepared by Saudi Pro League giants Al Hilal. The proposed contract, rumored to include wages exceeding £60 million per year, would make Fernandes one of the highest-paid footballers in the world. While Fernandes has repeatedly affirmed his desire to continue competing at the highest level in Europe, the sheer scale of the financial package on offer, combined with United's uncertain trajectory under Amorim, has sparked intense speculation that a transfer could materialize. Selling Fernandes would represent a seismic moment for Manchester United but could also provide the funds needed to execute a comprehensive squad rebuild. Former United great Paul Scholes has even suggested that the club should consider accepting the offer, labeling it too good to refuse. Amorim, for his part, has publicly insisted that Fernandes remains integral to his tactical plans and has dismissed talk of a sale. Nevertheless, with Al Hilal expected to formalize their bid in the coming days and United under mounting pressure to balance the books, the situation remains fluid. As the transfer window enters its final stretch, Manchester United face a series of defining decisions: whether to overhaul the goalkeeping department, how to resolve the futures of key attackers, and whether to cash in on their captain to fund a broader rebuild. The coming weeks could determine not only the shape of Amorim's first season at the helm but also the long-term direction of one of football's most storied clubs.